Alright, we're getting back on the primary side over here. So I looked through the instructions. They don't tell you how to put the plates in, so I'm going to keep it the way I do it. Commoners can't understand why you don't run another fiber plate on top of the clutch plate here, the pressure plate. One is aluminum and fiber plates don't like each other very much, so they like to gull up. So it's best not to do that. The other thing is this here is attached to this hub. This steel plate here does not rotate. So when you put that on there, it protects the plate. If you were to take this plate out, and just run the aluminum on top of this, then that will tear this up a little bit over time. And you would also lose some of your clutch tension from the springs being too much out. Now, they gave me enough plates to do the job correctly. We're assuming they didn't give me too many plates. They do not tell you in the instructions about the number of plates or how to assemble the plates, because they figure you have a brain and you figure out yourself. So just like before, we're going to put the thick steel plate in here. And get it to come out. There it is, it came out. So, those little lips down there is what the plate hits against. This is a steel plate, so it goes in first. Now, you can either wear on the plate or not wear on that plate. That's up to you. Depends on how you want to do your mix. If you want to put a steel plate on top of that one, I guess you could. It's not going to change the stack height one way or the other, but it will protect this if you run the steel plate against that surface and not the fiber. So I don't know why you'd want to do that. So we're going to run the fiber plate in there, I think, is first. That's how I would do it. Now they also say you need to soak these, whether it's belt drive or not a belt drive. I don't know why you want to soak a Kevlar plate, because they work wet or dry, but whatever. So I'm going to use my, they say use type F Ford automatic transmission fluid, which I don't have. I have my transmission oil that I use inside my primaries when I do primaries. This is the oil I use for primaries too, except they say primary cross here instead of tranny. Well, guess what? Sportster has a tranny too, has a primary too, and the clutch uses the same oil. So I'm just going to put a light coat oil on there, just enough to stain the plate. Put it in there like they say. It'll make a mess. They say wipe up when you're done. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not going back in to wipe it up. So we're going to leave it however it is. Alright, now we need to figure out the offset for all this stuff. Oh, I got to work on this O-ring on this I didn't fix yet. That'll be another problem I got to deal with. So for now, we need to figure out what our new offset's going to be, because everything kind of changed. So we're going to take out this one. The stock first plate, or first washer, is a big fat one. The 200 thou offset washer. Looks like this one right here. 200, or is that a 1/4 inch? That actually looks more like 1/4 inch thick. Okay, that one goes against there. There should be a 90 thou thick one on the inside, then you have the big thick one on the outside. But in stock, you want a 60 thou washer out here, not this 90 thou washer. So where's my washer at? So I go here and find me a 60 thou washer. I need 2 hands to do this. Dash 85 alternator spacer washer. That looks too thick. It's probably a 93. Yep. That ain't the one. Maybe. Not that one. Definitely not that. 95, nope. Here's, I got another bag of stuff somewhere else besides this one. This is a shim kit here. Okay, whatever. Shim kit has the washers you need to shim. That's 80. $70. This does not have the correct one in here either. Alright, let me go find the washer I need. I'll be back. Alright, we're back. So I went and got an O-ring to replace this one that got damaged. So this is a shift fork shaft O-ring, or a shift drum O-ring off a 4-speed tranny. It's not quite the right thing, but it works just fine. And I have hundreds of them. That's a plus. Okay, so found me the 60 thou washers here. Different spot. I guess they're 57 thou washers. They still work. Okay, so that's all the correct stuff in there. If you got a chain drive bike anyway. This line should be way out now. It is. It's way the hell out there now. It's probably way too far. Second time that time. Okay, where'd our nut go? What's this washer for? Don't remember. Okay, so now let's look at our alignment. See how far off it is. See, it's not too bad actually. So you can see how we're past the edge of that now. So when you put pressure on this and rotate, damn light off again. So when you put pressure on that, come down, you can see where it's out there now, see? So that's where our built is at. So we want this to be in about 100 thou past this edge, and we got about 50 here, so about 150 off right now. Too far out. Right now the belt would be rubbing against this and be eating itself in this gear if we put it in like this position. So this is wrong. By quite a bit. That's why you check things. It doesn't wobble. So we had a 220 in here before. So we got a total of 280 thousandths right there. Cut down one they had was 170. 280. So that's 110 thou less. I'm thinking that's not even enough. So looks like we're going back to about the same one we had before. I don't know exactly what number that was we had before. We'll put this one back in there for now. It should be close with that one. Splines are definitely not sticking out. Do our same check again. $70. Okay, it needs to go a little bit further still. We're hitting kind of right on the edge of the outside edge here. When you push on this, see how it comes down right there on the edge. So that means we still want to be in more than this edge here. Remember, that's about 100 thou difference there. So that means we got about, whatever the height of that is. Probably a good 50 at least, I would think. Yeah, 70. So we need about 150 thou is what we kind of need to be around to be close to what we want. Let's see, I'll find something in the 150 area. I think we had that number though. I think we had 130 or 170. Quarter inch again. 100, quarter inch, 100. That's the one we were using before. That's 180. So that's taller than the one that's in there right now. There's 150 right there. And 47, close enough. Okay, that's just past the outside lip there. So it's just barely past the outside of that lip. And our lip from there to there was 76, 75 thousandths. So that means we're probably around 90, between 90 and 100 thou offset there. And our gap over here was over 100, as I recall, like 120, 120. So we should be pretty close. So that goes on there like that. So this is going to pulley is going to hold us the belt in here a little bit. It should hold it in about right about here, about 100 thou in. That's where it should hold it. There's not really enough lip here I can really push against to keep in that spot, but that should be where the belt's going to wind up being, is over here. So that'd be pretty close to what we're after. So that's all tight, and this one's tight, so that's where it's going to wind up being. So that should do the trick for what we need. So now we just need to go ahead and take it off, put the belt here back up in there, and put it back together. This time we're using 150 thou offset. Hopefully it doesn't move anymore. This cut down one they had was 177, 172. It's around 170. So this is a 22 thou further in. I mean further out. So we'd move it out further. Just put the belt more in the groove over here. It would work, but this one's better being here. Okay, so the belt goes on just like before, numbers where you can read them. I'm going to pull this off because I can't clear the starter. Didn't need that nut, did we? Okay. Put that about where it belongs. Now we're going to have to put this on here kind of like an angle. You kind of come in like this at an angle, then pull the belt in and slide it in. The belt has tension on it. Most of the time it's hard to put in. There we go. Okay, that goes in. Okay, belt's in. Just kind of sliding the belt around to see where it wants to be at. So you kind of slide it like this, back and forth. Try to find a sweet spot where you think the belt's going to wind up being. So I think it's going to wind up sitting right about here. So doesn't matter what your measurements are, you kind of do this to it. So this kind of be the sweet spot. Looks like we got a little bit of the tooth exposed here. So that means this is a little bit too far in. So that means I'm going to go ahead and put that one that they put in there back in there, because this one here is about 20 or 30 thou thicker. And that should put us back over here where we want to be. So that seems to be about where it wants to sit at. Now if you roll the motor through, you should be able to tell this stuff too, but it's hard to roll it through when it's like this. So kind of play with it a little bit. See, I didn't have that nut on there yet though, did I? Put the nut on there, check it again. It makes a difference. Gotta pull everything into where it sits. Okay, gonna wiggle things around a little bit. We'll do the same check again. Yep, same issue. If anything, it'd probably go even further. It's at least 25, 30 thou sticking out there. Take out that one. Put theirs back in. Going by how it looks, we might need more than that. But we'll try that one. So I never go by 100% on dimensions by measuring. I always feel stuff and see where it wants to be. Things always vary a little bit. Okay, same thing, go back and forth, let it kind of self-center. And this time here, you can see the gap, but you can't see none of the pulley. So that means we're over there. See, here's the edge of the pulley right there. There, kind of wiggle it back and forth, let it find the sweet spot. Same on the bottom. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So we got about the same gap there, and we're all up against the edge out here, see? So you can wiggle this all around too. Pull it around, screw it a little bit. See, it keeps going back about the same spot. So that's kind of where it wants to sit. See, all the way around, it's about the same spot. Okay, so we're going to leave his original cut down one in there. This one here, even though the measurement said it would have been this one, it's too close, it wants this one, so put this one on it. I don't want to have it sitting too far because then it rubs on the inside in here and eats itself to pieces. It'll rub right here, right in that corner right down there is where it hits on it, because that's where the angle comes up under here. The belt bounces around on that, catches that edge, and it starts eating on it. Alright, so that's where we want the bees, right there. Alright, so all said and done, put back what it was. They had the right one. I'm going to get back to the clutch. Okay, let me get this mess cleaned up here and I'll be back.